What do you make of President Trump's post, unconditional surrender?
Yeah, I'm not sure what to make of it other than to take it at face value. Because that sounds well, it could be read a number of ways, which gets me back to I don't really know how to interpret it, right? It could be read as a regime change quote, like we want the mullahs to disappear, or it could just mean give up your nuclear program entirely. It could be interpreted as some sort of military surrender. So I think there's a lot we don't know right now, Hugh. Trump becoming more vocal about what he wants out of Iran at this stage is relatively new, right? We know where the Israelis are. We know what they want. We know why they're doing this. The role the U.S. is going to play going forward, beyond what the role we're already playing, and what the president really wants out of this, I think is something we have yet to learn.
David, the post by Noah Pollack is a wonderful guide. He said, the endless war shrieking is nonsense. He went to war with ISIS. He ended it. He killed Soleimani. He didn't escalate. And it's a pattern with Trump, not unlike the Colin Powell doctrine, not unlike the Weinberger doctrine. Overwhelming force, limited objective, achieve the objective, and exit. Do you think that's what he's following?
Yeah, that's what George H.W. Bush did with Iraq. Achieved the objective and withdrew, even though some people objected. Look, again, I'm not quite sure what Trump is doing, but in the Middle East, he has a pretty good record of acting boldly, but in a limited way. And particularly, he has a good record of boxing in Iran. That's something he did in his first term. I just want to add that the shrieking, and I like the term, about endless war is such a canard. If you're fighting for your life, you don't just stop one day because, oh, well, this has gone on too long. If you have a national security objective, which is supposed to mean it helps keep your citizens alive and prosperous, you don't just stop one day because you went past the clock. So when people on the left and the right throw around the term endless war, it drives me insane. If we shouldn't be fighting a war, or we can't fight a war, and we're still going to exist the next day, then don't fight the war. But the idea that there are wars we shouldn't fight simply because it's gone on too long or we've been doing it too long. I understand the domestic political pressures that come because voters don't like that sort of chaos and pressure, and they don't like American soldiers dying, and neither do I. But you fight a war because you think it's just, or because you're fighting for survival, and you don't put it on an artificial clock, because otherwise the country could collapse.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.